Hey there, my name is Pravus. Welcome back to more Surviving Mars Below and Beyond Difficultus Maximus. We have set up a mining outpost over here, which our shuttles are trying to take advantage of at the moment, and hopefully get a whole load of more metals and concrete back off to the main base, since right now we are running a little bit low on that. Speaking of which, we're also running quite low on electronics. We should be producing plenty of electronics, so I don't anticipate this being a long-term problem, but at least for a while, we're going to be a little on the low side. Everything else is looking kind of hunky-dory. I mean, we still can't get a good breakthrough to save our lives, you know, that's a thing. Now we can get empaths, I guess. Morale for all colonists? I mean, if you can get your sanity up there, we've got comfort and stuff. Maybe we can find a way to get the vocation-oriented society to work. Maybe. But I don't know, it doesn't strike me as all that important, and most of the other techs we're looking at right now aren't going to be absolutely huge upgrades for me. I mean, yeah, it'd be nice to get some, like, nuclear fusion at some point, but we're okay without it for now. We probably do want to get something like waste rock liquefaction, so I can get some extra concrete, and maybe even research some these different breakthroughs or other boosts that reduce the metals and concrete requirements, such as maybe Mars Novo, or whatever you say it is. Whatever. Either way, reducing metals and concrete, I mean, yeah, just lets me get this stockpile to last a little bit longer from new things. Anomalies found. You are kidding me. There is another? There is, in fact, another breakthrough. I feel like I already found, like, 2 breakthroughs over here. There's a third? All right, well, this is our grand opportunity for maybe something good to happen. I mean, I'm not going to hold my breath. I'm willing to bet at this point it's going to be another garbage breakthrough, but let's just see. You know? I've been wrong before. Once in a while, something's good going to happen. At this point, I feel like my luck has to turn around. By the way, we're making 3,000 science per soul right now. I mean, the outsourcing helps with that a lot, but that certainly helps a lot. We have 3 geniuses? Oh, or at least 1. I don't remember how much science you get per genius. We got 300 science coming from geniuses simply existing. Dude, that's pretty good. I didn't even know there was a thing. Renegade stole food? Bah, of all things they could steal, that's honestly one of the best ones. It doesn't bother me all that much. I'm fine with that. Come on! I'm waiting on pins and needles. I want to know what the breakthrough is gonna be. Please tell me it's something good. Hypersensitive photovoltaics. Oh, lots of extra power from solar panels. Oh, it's definitely a solid, like, C or B tier breakthrough. Ugh, God. It's got its uses, okay? I could definitely have a lot less solar panels running at any given time, which reduces my metal maintenance by a fair bit. It could be a lot worse, all right? It really could. It could also be a heck of a lot better. But, you know, fine. We'll go with it for now. We'll go with it for the time being. Hey, look. My water extractor appears to have been blown up somehow. Let's go ahead and repair this so I can get my water back, because right now it is draining, and I'm not very happy to see that it is draining. Where's my transport, by the way? You are picking up resources, right? Yeah, you're supposed to be picking up a whole bunch of concrete and metals and bringing everything you got back. Also, I deleted the storages over here because I was hoping that it would encourage the shuttles to pick stuff up and move them, but that did not work because now my concrete and metals extractors are both going boom. Fine. I guess we have to use these after all. But I don't want to have a lot over here. Oh, yeah, that's right. We placed them right here so they have to move everything over somewhere else. So that's fine. No, who cares? It's fine. Whatever. The point is, I was hoping to find more efficient ways to trigger my shuttles to actually bring things over instead of relying exclusively on the transport, which is currently what is happening. But all right, if that's the way that it's going to be, no problem. The Watcher. A faint signal was traced to the high mountains. Seems harmless. Send a colonist in a shuttle. Oh, God. All right, let's try it. The Watchers say, a relic of the old space race. I have been in here for 100 years. I have observed and gathered information for all this time. I know secret activities and weather patterns, yet have no one to share them with, for I have been forgotten, and I am bored. Now that I am fully awake, once more, I plan to end my existence and execute my self-destruct protocol. But before I do that, I shall test if you are deserving of all the data. I shall tell you a simple riddle. Answer it, and you will know all I know. Fail, and you will be destroyed along with me. I am a god. I am a planet, and I measure heat. Mercury. Mercury is god, also Roman version of Apollo. It is a planet, and it is a way of measuring... No, wait, that's not true. Wait. Yes? Wait, is Mercury pressure or temperature? Kelvin's not a god. Mars is war, Triton is the ocean. It's Mercury, right? Yeah, of course it's Mercury. That's the material. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm thinking of the wrong thing there. Yes, Mercury is the material used in most old thermometers and stuff. Okay. AI seems pleased and gave our colonists a head start before executing self-destruction. 10,000 science? Frick, dude. That's awesome. Okay, well, we just got our farm automation done. That's great. So our food production just went up and the number of jobs required is going to go down if we can just go ahead and get this upgraded, which, by the way, I have way more of these guys than it turns out I need, but that's fine. Anomaly analyzed. Faint distress signal led us to a burial site of a small satellite. We're finding all sorts of weird graveyard things all of a sudden. Fallen deep under the red sands, could have been there for an eternity. Is this the one that, like, Russia demands to get it back or something? I think they do. This has, like, a follow-on event, I'm pretty sure. And we'll find out in a little bit, I am sure. Definitely producing plenty of electronics now all of a sudden, by the way. Holy crud. All right, so actually, apparently this reduces the number of workers by 2, not 3. My mistake. But regardless, that means less workers necessary in order to get more food. Just straight up. Better efficiency overall for the building. Hey, where's one of those botanists? There you are. You, work and farm. Problem solved, yeah? There we go. So this corn with an optimal harvest of 70 is only going up. It's already at about 105 and it has a ways to go. Yeah, we get a lot of food now. We get lots of food now. Okay, food is gonna keep us going until we get to about 200 pops roughly. Then I envision we might actually have some problems once again, but we will see. By the way, I think I fixed the whole transportation depot thing. I just never had set these guys to actually have a desired amount. So now the shuttle should pick up resources and try to bring them back to just meet this desired amount, if nothing else. So that problem is solved. Huzzah! All right, the metals are coming in. Not a lot, mind you, but they're coming in. Crop failure. No edible food. Pardon? Where? Oh, I forgot we had a farm up over here. Ha 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 ha. Right, so you're telling me that the cover crops failed, which is definitely not what I wanted to see. We probably just don't have enough people working over here in general consistently. We can turn that up a little bit. Scientists, apparently we have excess of them. What was your name, Starkiller? Oh gosh, Spirit Starkiller, what a name. What a name right there. Yeah, if we just reduce the number of people required here, though, that should speed this up a fair bit. So we'll be fine. Does that person just convert to becoming a botanist just like that, or did it actually, I don't know. Regardless, I no longer think we need this farm, actually. I'm just gonna turn it off entirely. I mean, okay, no, I'm not. I'm gonna let it do its thing to get the cover crops, but I don't actually care. Once it gets its fertility up, we can turn it off. I just don't want to be using up all my water, but we might as well get up to that stage. Get up to the stage where the soil quality is reasonable. That way we can turn it off and save a bit of water. But if I'm gonna be making 140-ish food from a single round of corn, we're fine. We've got absolutely nothing to worry about. All is well in the world. Oh, meteor shower coming. Okay. Well, we have enough materials to go ahead and start building out some MDS lasers. Those are certainly options. Place something over here, for example, defend all of those domes. Place something over here, defend most of my other vital infrastructure while still being in range of the triboelectric scrubbers, which will greatly reduce the amount of maintenance required, so I won't have to worry about these suckers decaying and then having to turn them on at the last minute. This does obviously leave some things undefended, and that's a bit of a risk, but I think it's a risk I am willing to take. I'd also like to set up a laser off over in this direction, over here, if you don't mind. We'll set one up kind of like this, I guess. As long as it's in range, which, yeah, we can easily do that. Sure, one right over here is fine, I think. And that should be fine. It won't cost me anything in maintenance because this is already taking up the electronics cost, so no big deal, and we'll be defended so that meteor storms are a non-existent threat for the rest of the game. Oh! Yay! Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? It is time for our mystery event. Contamination. We just lost one of our scientific facilities in a disturbing set of events. We're still investigating the cause of the disaster, but there are clues which lead to unsettling conclusions. The security log shows that everything started with a malfunction in the storage unit where the analysis samples were stored. After that, the internal systems of the laboratory began to rapidly fail one after another. Suspiciously, the damaged systems were all made of plastics and organic polymers, all corroded away within mere seconds. Our operatives are puzzled with the cause of the chain reaction, but the chief engineer has pointed out a fact which eluded our attention until now. The remains of the Scoop XI satellite were held in the storage unit in this facility. We didn't take any chances and ordered an immediate decontamination of the building. Let's hope whatever was in there has been destroyed. It hasn't. Laboratory has mysteriously malfunctioned. This one right over here, we'll go ahead and get that fixed. Of course, I suppose we could always just go ahead and instead turn this off and move them over here, and that would honestly come out to being the exact same thing. But whatever, we'll leave it as is for the moment.
Sector scan.
So that's what that signal thing was, huh? I thought that was like the whole finding the Russian satellite, which we've had in the last series, but no, that is not the thing that is happening. It is time for mystery event. Oh boy. Oh boy, this is gonna be fun. This is a little bit scary. All right, I don't know what happens with this event. I try really hard not to spoil a lot of this stuff for myself, just as I don't think that's like the most fun thing in the world, you know? But, yeah, I am a little bit concerned about this one. Doesn't it have something to do with like a horrible disease? I thought that's what Wildfire was, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's something totally different. Regardless, let's go ahead and bring some more materials back over here. We're actually sitting on exactly the materials that I was requesting. We can go ahead and launch a few more shuttles to try and boost this up a bit further. Same over here. Let's say another 30 right there with some metals. There go the shuttles, doing exactly what I want them to do. So we'll have plenty to work with over here. Everything is going fine right now. I feel like we're probably in as good of a position to deal with a mystery event as we're gonna get. By the way, where are the meteors? I see a bunch over here. Yeah, they're all over here. All right, so we got nothing to worry about on that front. We can turn these off if I want to just to save power, but they're not costing me anything right now, so as long as we have the power to spare, I guess I don't mind that much. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Another anomaly. Hey! It's of the free science kind. I like those. Those are nice. It's one of the only good things about having any dang meteor storms, actually. And we have a cold wave as well. Okay, incoming meteor. Oh no, don't hit my RC Explorer. Actually, that could totally happen. We should probably keep an eye on this and make sure that doesn't happen. Ooh, see, things are starting to get a little bit dicey. But don't worry. The brave little RC that could, we got this. Cold wave, we already know how to handle these. As long as we get the power, and I think we do, we'll end up being A-okay. Free science, by the way, is always nice. It'll finish up that neural empathy. And by the way, once I do have that done, I can start working on the hypersensitive photovoltaics, which will mean I have more power than I really ever am going to know what to do with. Oh my gosh, another breakthrough? Dude, where were all of these earlier? We found like 5 since we started getting this whole like deep extraction thing. Now that's probably like mathematically how it works. I don't know. I've never had to dive that deep into it. Wouldn't surprise me if it's one of those things where it's like, you'll always find 3 initially, and then maybe you'll find 5 or 6 later. I don't know. I could see that being a thing, but I don't know. I don't want to get my hopes up, okay? That's really what it comes down to. I don't want to get my hopes up because my poor little heart has been broken so many times at this point. And by the way, we're making a pretty hefty amount of science per soul now that we have all these dang Hawking Institutes up and a-running. Everything's looking just fine and dandy over there. So, yeah, we're looking good. Infection, here we go. Woo, this sounds familiar. We've received a disturbing medical report. A number of colonists have contracted an unknown disease. The medical examination shows they all suffer from a form of hypercoagulation, which I think means that the blood coagulates or thickens and clots up too fast or something, right? Anticoagulation medicines have been issued, but the symptoms remain. A primary analysis of the patient's blood samples hasn't found the cause behind the symptoms, but the level of damage to the erythrocytes lead to the workings of a virus-sized or smaller agent. We are currently running a thorough check on the patient's background information and behavior to find the source of the infection. Several people have been infected. I'll inform Earth Control. Please enact any decontamination on cargo that has been sent. You know those rare metals I just sent you? They could carry a plague that will destroy all of humanity. Could you please check? Would you mind just checking to make sure that nothing bad happens? Thank you, much appreciated. Mwah, love you. Oh boy. Oh, I almost forgot. We need to get a dang heater over here, don't we? We didn't build one already, did we? No, we did not. Okay, hang on. before we forget and horrible things begin to happen, let's definitely make sure that we get one of those. It needs to be over here roughly. Maybe it could get over here and still be in range of the scrubber while also having the range to protect my water extractor and my dome both. That is the idea. We only have a few short hours to pull that off, but it shouldn't be a problem, I would think. And of course, you need to make sure it gets some power over here as well. I think we got excess power in this area, if I'm being honest. Like, this shouldn't be a big concern to me. So let's go ahead and get that sucker built up. Good thing I remembered that. Smart brain, Pravus. Huzzah! You didn't horribly get everyone murdered. Yeah, that's gonna feel real freaking good. 8 hours remaining. I just want to see what this range is gonna end up looking like. So increase to be like this. Yeah, that's actually about perfect. That'll cover the metals extractor so people won't be getting cold. And it will protect the dome. And it will protect the water extractor so we're not going to cost ourselves extra power on that front. The only thing that's going to suffer then is this concrete extractor, which I can go ahead and pull back at least one of these here. What is this? Hold on. This one actually might be good. Doubles the performance bonus when colonists are working a heavy workload. Oh, yeah. Yes. I do this all the time. Granted, this doesn't do me any good as far as, like, just increasing, you know, sanity or making everyone effectively workaholics, but if I'm going to use this all the time, we might as well get an even more performance boost. That's huge. Oh my gosh, we've already bounced back up to 17 children. Yeah, that happens. That's from one dome basically being on, by the way. With a comfort rating of only 79, it's not even the best. It's just acceptable. All right, so we now have way more power than I need. So I am going to do something that'll save me a load of metals. We're going to turn off a lot of large solar panels. And what we can do then is have these things kind of operate in shifts with about half of my solar panels being off at any given time, cleaning themselves off automatically, and then when the others are starting to get dirty, we can simply turn these guys back on and swap. That's a lot more micromanagement than I'm going to want to do, especially since there isn't a nice simple click and drag thing here to just turn all these on at once, which is something I've been asking for a long dang time. That's beside the point. The point is, we got more power than I know what to do with, and this will help me reduce my metal maintenance by a pretty hefty amount. Even if I just let these guys go and this is just emergency power, it's gonna reduce my metal consumption and maintenance by a lot, so it's okay. The door to summer. Do you want to live forever? Apparently the clients of Eternal Summer, a large cryonics company, intend to do so, fearing the Earth could be destroyed by a cataclysm. I wonder where they got that idea. The 10 richest customers of Eternal Summer have paid for a rocket to host their cryopods, launched towards Mars where they're relying on us to resupply them. Okay, they hint that truly realizing their clients' dreams would be very beneficial to us. Misspelled, I believe, by the way. The Eternal Summer rocket will regularly ask for permission to land. If you resupply it with fuel, machine parts, and electronics, we receive money upon its launch. I actually think we can do this. Sure. I think we are weirdly enough in a position where I can supply that. We are making plenty of electronics. We have plenty of food. We can just make straight up free money. And y'all know how much I love free money. By the way, you guys can support me on Patreon. I'm kidding. But I'm actually not, though. It's actually really helpful if you guys would consider it. You might get a dome named after you or something. I don't know. It's the least I can do, please. I'd like to point out, by the way, that I apparently was wrong about our food. We are consuming a lot. Holy crud, we consume a lot of food. Okay, you know what? It is good, then, to have 2 farms up and running at any given time, which is what we are doing right now. Yeah, I mean, we've already got this back up to 90% soil quality, so if we can get some botanists working over here specifically, we'll end up making plenty of food that way, getting a good 160 or so per batch, but wow, yeah, no, I grossly overestimated or underestimated our food consumption. It's pretty bad. Let's see, what kind of anomalies have we got? Research progress. Ooh, that's fun. Resources. All of this require people. Okay. Can we please unload all of my rare metals first, and then we can go ahead and just launch some people and get some research progress and stuff and get the sustained workload going, because that workload is not only going to get me a lot of resources, but it's going to get me a ridiculous amount of science, too. It's so good. Oh, these guys want to land. We can, yeah, by all means, come by. And we have a new event, Mars Aflame. We have to face it. We cannot stop the infection. No matter what we do, it keeps spreading across the colony like a wildfire, hence the name we've given it. All attempts to isolate the sources have failed. We can assume that the virus is traveling all across our life support and maintenance circuits. The only way to stop it is to turn off all systems, but that would be a death sentence. We've run out of options. Don't despair. We will find a solution. Hopefully, it only takes like 10,000 science or something, because guess what? I'm getting really good at this science thing as of late. Could that be a thing? Could that work? Anyone want... Can we just have a scientific solution, please? Vaccines, maybe? Anything? And our friends, the billionaires, have left. I assume that they are going to pay me as intended. Yes? 500 million... Oh, there it is. Oh, I just didn't get a pop-up about it. Okay. Hey, you know what? I like billionaires. Billionaires give me money. It's great. Sustained workload. All right, so all of a sudden, we should start seeing things like our production really boost up. 11.7. 15.4. Heck yeah, man. Then we should go ahead and turn this off at night because I don't need anyone doing that. Just go ahead and work during the regular day shifts. So technically speaking, one person working at night is the most efficient worker at overtime you can ever get. Everything after that, it's not necessarily the case, but like, it's always worth having at least one person during the night, right? Probably. All right, so we've doubled the overtime benefit. That's pretty dang significant. And we have filled up a lot of these Hawking Institutes. Well, we'll go ahead and start allowing some people to work here at night, too, if they're scientists. Why not? Idle Extractor. Oh, good. We've already finished up a concrete deposit. Yay. We are going to then have to go forth and set up a new one somewhere else. Ooh, I also just completed a goal. I'm pretty sure that's one of the things here to get. 9 breakthrough techs. $3 billion as a reward. Well, thank you. That is many more outsources that I can now do. Very good. So that Neo Concrete took me practically no time at all. I was thinking we were getting close to that, but I didn't actually count the numbers, so I'm glad that I did actually do that kind of by instinct. Okay, well, the only other stuff we might at some point want is something like the Diamond Dome, and I definitely would like to start building these. 2 spires is usually pretty darn good. Ain't gonna lie, is usually pretty darn good, but nothing else here strikes me as super important. We could go for rover prints, but like meh. Fusion reactors we don't even need anymore. I mean, we've got so much power coming in thanks to these solar panels. I don't see that as very important. How are we doing on children, by the way? Sort of evened out here at about 17. That's not bad. I did send an anomaly exploration up. We just got 39 polymers, apparently. That's pretty good. You guys are working to get me more inactive work shift. Yeah, but we should still be making plenty of machine parts. I've spent a few, but otherwise we should be fine on that front. Definitely building up a good stockpile of electronics at this point. And it looks like we're doing kind of okay on our food. I want to make sure that these are high priorities. I really wish someone other than an engineer would work there, though. Again with the... Okay. May I ask a question? Where did all my botanists go? Because it says that I have 6 of them. I've got 6. I see 3, 4. There are 2 more. 2 more that have chosen not to go where I want them to go. Actually, I think I know why. I think some... What? Oh my god. These 3 people just plopped over dead. What? I mean, okay, don't get me wrong. These were seniors that were probably in the senior dome, and I just brought them up on a mission. But there's my 2 botanists. I assumed you would have brought some rations for the trip. They must have been preemptively starved. All right, well, I think I solved the mystery as to where my botanists were. Why? A mission in jeopardy. The recent trend toward people dying. Okay. People are dying of non-natural deaths. Look, I know a lot just kind of all plopped over dead at the same time. Those people were practically corpses already. Don't even worry about it. It was a controlled burn, all right? We're fine. We know what we're doing. Also, you can't threaten me with your dang applicants, because your dang applicants can't do anything anyway. I'm keeping an eye on my population here. Whenever we hit about 20 children, I think that's when I want to turn it off. That's currently my maximum capacity for the schools, but we're also getting kind of close to capacity for our children as well, 24 being the absolute max. So yeah, I'm happy to go ahead and get rid of some of those, at least until such a time when we get below it. I wish we could set like a specific number of children allowed in the entire base. Maybe there's a mod for that somewhere. It'd be very helpful for population management, but yeah, I mean, we're growing at a pretty fast rate. I just, you know, don't want to spiral out of control and grow too fast, you know what I mean? We should have a lot of people graduating, by the way, and becoming botanists. No? No one wants to become botanists? You all heard about what happened to the last group? Oh, those reports are overblown. Don't even worry about it. Ooh, an infected colonist has died. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that is definitely going to become a problem very quickly now, ain't it? Also, we're going to have some serious issues with our life support breaking over here pretty frequently. I mean, we can get these things repaired quickly enough. Like, that's not an issue. It's just we're going to have a few hours briefly where people don't have life support, and then they get all angry and stuff. But yeah, all right. More metals have been delivered to Earth. I hope you guys run a decontamination protocol, but otherwise I am not liable. Haha. What are you doing over here? I don't even know how you got here. Oh boy, we're having some serious water issues all of a sudden. Draining quite a bit here. Moisture farming, though, will allow me to start placing down some additional moisture vaporators. It would be good to probably place one more off in this general direction. Won't be in the way of anything. And if we place it correctly, I think is still in range of the heater and therefore fine, not to mention close to the scrubber. So that's not going to hurt me much, and as the population continues to grow, I do anticipate that we're going to have more water needs. So yeah, let's go ahead and work on some of that next. This dust storm is, you know, really annoying. It is absolutely obliterating my water. We have a whole bunch of nasty leaks, which I'm trying to fix. I really am trying, but it's just never fast enough. Now is it? Good lord. What else we got? We got another one over here. Looks like it's already been fixed. Power loss is not a big deal, and it looks like we don't have any additional leaks, so we're fine. Okay, and we've lost a handful of population at this point to the wildfire disease, but our birth rate is high enough that it so far isn't so bad. The worst has happened. Wildfire has infected Earth. It was on board a rocket which returned to Earth, and somehow it breached through all decontamination measures. The infected personnel of the landing site deteriorated within hours of contracting the infection, and the medics couldn't help them. This doesn't match our medical records, as wildfire takes much more time to develop here on Mars. We suspect a form of rapid mutation due to the changes in the environment. The rocket landing site has been placed under quarantine, and the authorities have been informed. We can only pray that they manage to prevent the infection from spreading any further. So on Earth, they have now a contained level of quarantine. If it reaches extinction, all humans on Earth will be obliterated. Discover a cure and supply it to prevent it. Oh, okay. So, howest dost I findeth a cure? Is it going to be under the story bits tech? Probably. All the more reason we're going to want to have lots of science on our side, and we're getting there. I mean, hey, if I can actually keep the population growing fast enough, we can start tossing even more people into the Hawking Institutes, and we'll be fine. Like, we're getting there. We can make a lot of science. That's the only thing we're good at, dang it. So, someone tell me how to find a cure, and I'll make it happen. I am getting a few social techs knocked out that we've so far been ignoring. Security officers, not absolutely crucial, but can be nice. Medics being better could be helpful in some circumstances. It's also going to unlock new things like Martian-born resilience, so when people work outside of a dome, they don't take any sanity damage. That's pretty good for geologists. We'll also reduce the risk of any flaws developing during a sanity breakdown. I don't know if I need the sanatorium, but it's a cheap tech that helps me unlock things over here. And by finishing up one more tech in robotics, we did discover the Mohole mine. So we could research this and build it now. And that would extract metals and rare metals and so on for pretty much ever, which is really good, but is exceptionally expensive. And in order to make it really cost effective, like, you need to have hundreds and hundreds of machine parts. But you know, that's actually not so bad as long as we do have a consistent source of metals nearby. I can make that work. I really, really can. We have people who apparently, by the way, are still looking for jobs. Well, that's easy enough to fix. If you guys want to go ahead and start working at the other Hawking Institutes, thank you very much. And yes, I am being needlessly aggressive with some of my planetary anomalies. They said China was going to steal one, and I'm a competitive guy, so I said, no, not today, China. I'm going to go ahead and take that anomaly. I didn't even want it, but mostly I just didn't want you to have it. Good lord, we're up to 163 pops now, by the way. I have been seeing the number of deaths continue to roll in from the wildfire infection, but so far, it's not been all that bad. Let's go ahead and get this sucker fueled up, unload some more metals, and maybe we go for one last planetary breakthrough, or anomaly over here, sorry. Get 9 people to get us some more resources. Yeah, that would work fine. So all these people should go back to their homes and then fill in all my jobs, right? Nope, we have a lot of people who don't actually have any jobs and are unemployed. Well, we can fix that soon enough. Hang on. Let's go ahead and roll out some more in the rare metals extractors, blah, blah, blah. We'll allow some extra people to work during the day and the night sectors. And that should all even out eventually. Again, botanists being in weird spots, but we are now starting to make a pretty hefty amount of food. Can we, can we take you, Miss Hubble, and move you over here, and then take you and move you here? Hello? That's just more okay, well, someone else decided to move over here. My point is, this doesn't make sense. Advanced gravity maneuvers, behavioral melding, interplanetary projects, and large-scale excavation. Oh, good, the excavator. Unlimited concrete for the rest of the game. Yep, okay. And behavioral melding, a pretty nice sanatorium upgrade. Remove flaws and replace them with perks. And we actually have a lot of perks. Extra comfort, believe it or not, doesn't do me a whole lot of good. So we're kind of actually reaching a point where I don't need most of the research that we currently have available to us. Pretty soon, we could actually start working on either terraforming initiatives or, this would be a bit more fun, maybe actually go ahead and explore the underground and get some asteroids going? Yeah? I mean, that's a whole load of extra micromanagement that I really don't need right now when there's a life-threatening pandemic on the loose, but, I mean, for the sake of the expansion, it's gotta be done. Good lord, we're making 20 electronics per soul. That's pretty good! So resource-wise, I'm looking really solid. I've definitely stabilized on every single resource. It won't last forever. We are going to run out of metals over here at some point, and this will only last for so long as well. Same with concrete. This is not an eternal solution. But for now, at the very least, we are in a really, really good position. Okay, this is going to be an issue in a second. Oh, God. Okay, run. All of you, run. Bring back the resources. Quickly. It's like running away from a giant boulder in Indiana Jones. Run! Okay, we're good. We're good. I'm gonna end this video here. I'm very interested in seeing where this is gonna go. Hopefully I can save Earth. And if we can't, well, I wasn't buying anything from them anyway. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If so, I would ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.